This is Lecture 4.5, End of Period Work for a Departmentalized Business. This is found on page 118 of your book. First thing we need to do is journalize any adjusting entries we have for our departmentalized business. So we will write our adjusting entries in the account title column right at the top. Then we will enter the adjusting entries without additional explanation. So these are all things that up here at the top don't need any additional explanation. Then we'll write our closing entries in the account title column, and we'll record entries to close the income statement accounts with credit balances first. Write continued on the General Journal page 15 to show that closing entries are continued. You won't need to do that in Aplia, but there it is. Then we'll write closing entries continued on the top. We'll record any more entries that have debit balances. Then we'll record entries to close income summary to retained earnings, and then we'll record the entry for dividends. I would have this in your notes so that you know exactly what you're closing. This part gets a little bit confusing if you're not understanding what you're closing here. So on this second to last one, number 6, we're recording an entry to close income summary to retained earnings, and the next one we are recording our entry for dividends, and we do that by using retained earnings. So make sure that you understand this and have that in your notes so that you are learning this part correctly. Post-closing trial balances for a departmentalized business. This is on page 122. A trial balance prepared after the closing entries are posted is called a post-closing trial balance. Their balance is prepared on December 31st. And all that we're doing here is making sure that our general ledger debits and credits are matching. So you have to make sure that this matches down at the end because you want to make sure that everything's balanced before you go on to your next fiscal year. Okay, so here is your summary of your accounting cycle, and you really need to know that I really need to know that you understand this and that you can give me these 9 steps in this accounting cycle. So make sure that you know that you will verify source documents for accuracy, record entries in journals, post journals to the ledger, prepare interim departmental statement of gross profit, prepare schedules of accounts receivable and accounts payable from subsidiary ledgers, prepare a trial balance on the worksheet, prepare financial statements, journalize and post adjusting closing entries, prepare a post-closing trial balance.